Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're looking at Polestar. I said it once before, ladies and gents. This car is truly beautiful. And now Polestar wants to introduce a BST edition. We've had a Polestar BST edition before. That was the Polestar 2 BST edition. Now it's the Polestar 6. Now this is Polestar Concept BST revealed at Goodwood Festival of Speed. By the way, I'm missing Goodwood Festival of Speed. That's today, last day, 14th of July. Yes, I'm truly disappointed in myself. I wanted to see this car, of course, but perhaps even more important, I wanted to check out some other vehicles as well. So this is the precursor to the 2026 Polestar 6. Impress crowds on the 1.2-mile course at Goodwood Festival of Speed. Well. That's what I was suggesting. I was suggesting that this is not just a concept, that it might actually be a real prototype. So was this car actually is it actually drivable, or is it just a clay model? But this is what it looks like. Oh my goodness. So it's the Polestar 6, but improved in every way to give you maximize potential in every way. Okay, that's better. That's better. We have our first prototype. Yes, and this is what I suggested in the video, they teased it on Twitter. This is what I said, is that they're probably coming with the first prototype. Now this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Let me explain why. So this year Polestar is introducing two new vehicles, the Polestar 3 and the Polestar 4. You have to understand, this year will also mark the final Polestar 5 prototype. The next step is getting this car into production, the Polestar 5. This is the Polestar 6. They now have prototypes. I mean, they've probably have prototypes for a while, but it's now publicly known. This is brilliant. It means that development within this vehicle is it's underway. It's actively taking place. And because this car is so similarly close with the Polestar 5, a lot of the innovation between the Polestar 5 and the Polestar 6 are very closely tied. And the amazing thing is that they already have it in convertible. Wow, it does look quite spectacular. A little bit smaller than I expected. But it was always supposed to look a little bit small, if I'm being completely honest. It's basically a Polestar 5 that is a convertible and only two doors. That's what it basically is. So these are the digital images. And I mean, they really went all out with this. Even the spoiler. I mean, that thing just looks robust. The engine vents, it doesn't need engine vents because it doesn't have an engine, but still, I love the touch, because Polestar has a racing cars history. That's what they are. They used to be a racing car company. So to see them put in all of that into their vehicles, it really says a lot about what the company is striving to do, striving to create. And I mean, they really did well with the spoiler. They did well with everything, to be honest, because it's a Polestar 6 just crazier. It's really just crazier. And as you can see, because these are probably going to be European models, they have cameras instead of mirrors. So no side mirrors in Europe, just cameras. Okay, so if you want to look at perhaps an American version, it'll probably have mirrors. And because Polestar has license, permission, patterns for the frameless mirrors are going to look amazing on this vehicle, and it's great for aerodynamics. That's actually a Volvo pattern. Just like how Volvo created the 3-point seatbelt pattern, they made it a free pattern for everyone in the world to use. Great stuff by Volvo, by the way, great stuff. And look what they created. Polestar as a company, it's really a creation of Volvo. So when people say, oh, that Polestar, it's a Volvo, you do understand that that's not an insult. That's not an insult. That's not an insult at all. That's actually a compliment to Volvo and to Polestar. Yeah, it's a Volvo, but it's a Volvo that they created to be a different company, to be everything that Volvo has never been. Volvo has never been the sporty car company like BMW, Mercedes, Audi. They've never been that. So they said, we want to remain Volvo, but we want to create a new competitor. We're going to call it Polestar. That's what Polestar really is. And this is why Volvo still owns 18% of the company. They haven't given up all ownership. And why would they? This is a remarkable company that's going to create remarkable vehicles. And we got our first prototype, and it was at Goodwood. That's amazing. So it's expected for 2026. And ahead of that, the EV maker has revealed the BST version of its concept form at Goodwood Festival of Speed. The 884 brake horsepower Polestar 6 will be a dual motor, all wheel drive Roadster built on the same platform as the four-door Polestar 5. That's what I said. They're basically the same vehicle. It's just that the Polestar 6 only has two doors and it can be convertible. But they're very similarly placed, and that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. The 2 year ahead of its official production launch, the concept version forthcoming 884 horsepower Polestar 6 is getting a run-up 1.2-mile climb at this year's Goodwood Festival of Speed. It's already done that, and it looks like it done it in the wet, and it looks like it was in convertible mode. Just look at those aero ducts. Just look at those aero ducts. It's like they took diffuser and put them at the front. Imagine the downforce. Imagine the downforce. Imagine the speeds you can take through the corner. Oh my goodness. This company is incredible, and I will not stop complaining. I actually first got a glimpse of this vehicle years ago. There was a glimpse, a leaked image of this vehicle, and at first I just thought, oh, that's just a concept car. That's probably something they're not going to pursue. I didn't realize at the time they planned to pursue it. It was the BST edition, but it was a leaked edition. You know, it was just an image I'd circle around on the web. And it wasn't a very good image either. It was not a very good image. It was difficult to see this vehicle. I'm trying to find the image, but I can't. Oh my God. Wow. Mamma mia. Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia. My goodness. Mike, I'm telling you, this car will take this company through the stratosphere because this car is truly remarkable. This car will, it's a hit. It's a hit, and you cannot tell me differently. It's a hit. I'm trying to find the original leak image of this vehicle, but I can't find it. But it was a terrible, like it was terrible to see. It was difficult to see the image. But this was years ago, you know, this was literally like 2, 3 years ago. But like I said, at the time, we just didn't know what they were. It was like something like that. It was just something in the background. It was like a leak image in the background at a conference or a meeting. But someone snapped a pic and someone posted it online. And that was our first glimpse of this vehicle. And like I said, they planned this years ago. The company always knew they would go down this path, you know, and to see them actually being like, yeah, we're following through with all our plans, that just gives me confidence and reinstates confidence within me. And this is good momentum for the company to build on. This is better than good momentum. It's great momentum for the company to build on. So the Polestar Concept BST Pure on the Polestar Concept BST Pure on the drama with wide fender work, a vented hood, a giant rear swing strung across. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. It's a wing. It's a spoiler. It's a spoiler. But this spoiler is actually edged into the interbody of the. It's not like a normal spoiler that's just it's on the back. No, no, no. Look at how it's designed into the actual. It's integrated into the structures within. Will we get the drone? I don't know if we'll get the drone, but that was very good when they first unveiled it with the drone. That was just a concept idea, but great at the time. So the Concept BST, a contraction of the world's beast, rides on Polestar bonded aluminium Polestar architecture. Polestar has their own platform, their own architecture. That's the PPA, Polestar Performance Architecture, which the brand is quite proud of developing in-house at its R&D facility at the Mera Technology Park in the UK, about 180 miles north of Goodwood Festival of Speed. So you see the Polestar 5, the Polestar 6, they're all coming from the UK. These vehicles are actually being developed, the prototypes are actually being developed in the UK. I happen to live in the UK, which makes me feel even closer to Polestar. This is great. Now, as concepts do, this version is meant to draw excitement ahead of the Polestar 6 official debut, planned for sometime in 2026. While it's still a bit early, Polestar has announced that the 6 will be a dual-motor roadster with all-wheel drive, and it claims to be capable of reaching 62 miles an hour in 3.2 seconds, which will be improved over time. with available upgrades, over-the-air updates. Yeah, it's typical Polestar. This is strategy. So it shares a platform with the four-door Polestar 5, which made the hill climb at last year's Goodwood Festival of Speed in camouflage prototype form. Unlike other vehicles in the lineup, the Polestar 5 and 6 use a 800-volt architecture to make sure its charging speeds are very quick. Polestar's own engineer and management of vehicle dynamics, Chris Bagley, will be at the helm. According to the company, the number of people who have been behind the wheels of the Polestar 6 concept can be counted on one hand. One hand, oh my goodness, that's great. Bagley is one, and the Polestar CEO Thomas Ingeloth is another. Thomas was the senior vice president design of Volvo cars until 2017, when Polestar became a subsidiary of Swedish car brand Volvo. Though this is only a preview of the production model, we couldn't be surprised if BST became the fast badge for the future performance mind product. In 2022, the brand launched the Polestar 2 BST 2070 edition. Yeah, that was quite unique, which was a tuned version of the 469 horsepower performance model. In 2023, the limited edition of the Polestar 2 BST 2030, which saw nearly identical upgrades. So that's really it for this video. I'm excited for this, for what Polestar is doing. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to see more. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you in our next video. Subscribe to our newsletter as well. There's a link in the description. Peace.